Welcome back to another episode of Who Am I to Judge podcast. I'm Alexis.
Hold on, Alexis.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were still smacking, eating.
And I am Samantha. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing just great. I'm just happy to be eating. I'm having a delicious poke bowl from Poke Papa. It's really good.
Do you prefer poke bowls over like a Chipotle bowl or?
They're all different.
They're different, but I feel like you just, in my mind, you eat poke bowls more. And so like.
I just started eating them at this place like a lot.
And do you prefer it over burrito bowls?
So it's interesting. So in my Chipotle journey, I started off with tacos, the soft tacos.
I remember that.
And then I went to a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
A long time. Now I'm back on my tacos. So I don't really get my bowl, burrito bowl like that. So I guess I would say this, but it's just because I'm not in that phase of my hyperfixations of food.
I get you.
Because I be on something and I'm on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I get you.
So yeah, that is. I'm doing good because I'm eating, and I'm also happy that we have officially launched our website. So please go on and check it out. Like,
drop the website. I have dropped the website. Like to the people. No, I'm saying to the people. Like, say it.
Oh yes, you can find our website at whoamitojudgepod.com. There you can find merchandise. You can find a little bit of information about the podcast. You'll be directed to our Patreon. You can email us. You can send us, something you want us to talk about. But yeah, our website is live and we're super excited about that.
Yay! I'm so proud of us. And mostly you. Like I said, when we start making money, I'll put it on record. Samantha's going to get a little bit more because you just do more than me.
We're trying to crank this thing up. Jupiter, back up.
I'm now like sending the store to like a bunch of people because I know that we have some followers who would literally, like Miguel, like there are people who just be like, I'm getting a shirt.
I know. I'm like, we need to buy a shirt for ourselves too.
I know. We need to do it next week because I can't do it. I can do it today, I guess, but I'd rather do it next week.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm sending it to people that I know will, do what they need to do.
They got the big bucks.
But yes, it is live. Come support us. I'm doing good. My day was generally good. Like I didn't start it off too good, but then I did my workout class. I was very productive when I got back from my workout class. Like I transcribed some more interviews and then walked the dog, had a good dinner, and now I'm happy to be talking to you at
dinner.
Leftovers. Like Camille, my cousin, she maybe 2 weeks ago she sent me like a free Blue Apron box. So it was one of the meals. It was like this shrimp, like bok choy chili oil, like rice dish. It was very good. So I made it yesterday, ate some of it yesterday, ate the rest of it today. Which leaves me to cook tomorrow. But it's fine. I'm not mad at it. But yeah, it's been a good day. Like overall, I love Wednesdays because Wednesdays are my shredded workout class. Mm-hmm. And that's like the hardest class for me. But I honestly think it's the most like the one I look forward to the most. Okay. Because it's so upbeat. Like she's like blasting music, and it's like good music for like you to be jumping all the time. Like it's like We Found Love, it's like, it's like espresso. It's like songs where you're just like, yes, let's jump to. It's funny because last week she actually was gone. She was like sick, so we had a sub, and it was just, I feel bad saying this, but it was just sad because like we had this Black woman come in, so I was like, hell yeah, like this is gonna be good because the other Black woman instructors for Crunch are like amazing. So I was like, hell yeah, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be. Hold on a second. It's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be good. And this is the thing. It was tough. Like she gave us like so the whole thing with shredded is that you do like 6 minutes on, only 30 seconds of rest. 6 minutes
Y'all
on.
Y'all getting no rest.
we weren't getting any rest. That was the first thing. So we were just doing like each circuit, which is 6 minutes, just like back to back. But the thing that I feel like made it worse, because I thought about this the other day, it would have been less painful had she not been playing Erykah Badu in the background. Because it's just like we are like jumping and like we are like
Alexa.
running. Why are you playing like Bag a Lady? It's like that's like not like that's not like that is not the mindset
that
for like
turned down music.
Right, it's turned down. So it was just like you want to give up the whole time. You want to like, and it's just like, and you're trying not to, and it's you still have like a whole 30 minutes left of the.
She was giving y'all Negro spirit.
It was just kind of like it was. I don't know. I feel like everybody, and the music was also like a little lower than it should be. Like I feel like when it's with like our normal instructor, she's like screaming over the music, like, "All right, let's go 5," you know, and it's just like this lady. You could. It was just like, oh god. But yes,
yeah,
it was,
that is. I just always wish I could see your face because I know you made a face when you heard the music.
Yes, I did. And then when I realized we weren't getting any breaks, I was just like, oh my god.
I would have to take a break.
I mean, yes, people took breaks, but there was no formal break. But yeah, other than that, so I basically what I'm trying to say is like on Wednesdays I usually feel really good because like I leave that class being like I feel great, and so that's how I feel. But let's get to it. I'll ask you, Samantha, who's on trial?
So, sorry, I thought I heard my phone ringing. So this week I want to talk about a couple things. First of all, I don't think we touched on this last week that Keke Palmer on her podcast. Do you know what the name of the podcast is? I forget,
but I have listened to a couple episodes.
Yes. So Keke Palmer's podcast. I want to get the name. It's called Baby, This is Keke Palmer.
Baby, that's it. Baby, this is Keke Palmer. Yeah.
So that's the podcast name. She was set to release a interview with Jonathan Majors on yesterday, so April 8th. And like they announced this last week, so there has been like a week or so of like backlash of like why would Keke Palmer be platforming somebody that was convicted for assault and like was involved in a domestic violence situation. Mind you, Keke Palmer, we have seen videos of her and her baby daddy, getting physical with each other.
Yeah, she's a victim. She's a victim.
Yeah, she is a victim of domestic abuse. Yeah, those videos are so sad. But anyway, so she's a victim of domestic abuse. And so, and it was crazy because last week I was talking about like how Keke Palmer can like do no wrong because she's just like so bubbly all the time, and literally like right after that episode came out there was drama.
Backlash, yeah.
So first of all, I want to know your thoughts. Well, I'll round it out by saying like it didn't air. People are like bullying works, like like we were like, I think this really would have looked bad. This would have been a really bad look for her brand because people were really not having it. They were like, why would you have this? They were recirculating videos of her like defending R. Kelly back in the day on the Breakfast Club. And
has she made like a formal statement about that when those things have been resurfacing, or she hasn't?
She made a statement a long time ago about R. Kelly.
But I'm talking about like, has she now since responded to those statements and she's getting backlash for it?
For taking him off the podcast?
No, so I'm saying like, now this week, these like people have been resurfacing different like interviews she's had at the Breakfast Clubs and stuff. Has she spoken out to those resurfacing videos yet?
No, and I kind of don't think she will because like the work, I mean, like the audience is doing the work for her, I guess. So like I have seen her like statement about R. Kelly, like I guess when the doc came out, or I don't know, at some point she had like a change of heart and was like, this isn't right. So yeah, so I am curious to hear what were your thoughts when she announced that she was going to have him on there, and then now that she's decided not to air this interview, which is like kind of not unheard of, but like I feel like people are usually more so like doubling down versus like actually heeding to the audience's like requests.
Well, I
So
feel like it brings up a bigger question of like, should we be giving platforms to abusers? And off the face of that, everybody and their mom, like on a mic, you would say yes, but I feel like it's always a little complicated with the Black community when it comes to Black figures, specifically Black male figures for some reason. And honestly, this kind of like, I'll answer your question, but this kind of reminds me. I don't know if you've seen the conversation around like Black TikTok about like this whole conversation of Black boys not going to college. I don't know if you've been seeing
yes,
that,
I've seen a little bit of it.
but it just made me think of that. But what I'm trying to say is, I do feel like for some reason in our community, Black men that are abusers that are celebrities. I'm not talking about Black love. I'm not talking like so y'all all the people that are ready to comment being like, I know y'all hate Black men. I'm not even talking about love. I'm just talking like Black male celebrities. For some reason, I feel like get a pass with their behavior a lot when it comes to by Black women, and I feel like in his and so that's why I'm saying I feel like it brings up a bigger question of like, should we platform abusers? People would say no, but for some reason there's always this asterisk, and I feel like he is a specific type of asterisk because his victim was a white woman, and we all know the history behind that. So I feel like he came into it being like, sorry, I'm getting all these texts being like Julia texted me being like the pet thing is cute. Camille just texted me being like the pet, the dog jacket is so cute.
Oh my god, yay!
But like, what I was gonna say was, I feel like
we have stuff for dogs.
Yes, he has like a double asterisk because it's a white woman victim. And so I feel like because of that, and I hate to say this because it's terrible, I think because of that, a lot of people thought that the case lacked validity, and they were automatically more willing to see him as like an innocent man who's been like taken down rather than a person who was at some level an aggressor. I'm not saying slap the woman, beat her to death, but I'm saying at some level was an aggressive person as a person in his male powerness. You know what I'm saying? In his like power position as being a male. Obviously, there's also whiteness and race that goes in them, but I'm just saying physical frame. I saw this girl, the picture of the girl. Like people like automatically like don't see him as they see him as an innocent man, right? And so I feel like because of that, and I like she probably at some point thought that it was going to be cool with us, because it was just like, oh, like there's narratives that he's an innocent man, innocent Black man that's been brought down. He's now trying to come back through his movie and get new deals. And now he's dating Megan Good. Like maybe this is his victory lap. But I guess to me, my question for you is obviously, humans can change and people are always like, people are always worthy of redemption, and we should give them space for redemption. But when it comes to abuse, do you think that do you think he's worthy of redemption, I guess, and like he should be given a platform for this? Or do you think like, yes, he should, but it should be done more so in private? Like we should not be giving him like this type of platform.
I just, because Hollywood is just so fake, like I cannot take seriously this redemption arc. Like it is very obvious that this hasn't even been like a year out since the verdict. So it's just like, how much change could you actually do? And you're still running with, like you said, that was the whole like his legal team's like point, that it was like racially, like he was, what is it, like
racially profiled, not
digitally lynched or something like before.
I hate when people say things like that.
But just like he was,
you lynched or were you not lynched? Okay, bitch. Like, was there a rope around your neck or not? Stop saying it.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like that was their whole argument, was that this was whatever. So the fact that he's still running with that, because we know, like, especially now, I mean we knew before, but especially with that latest audio coming out, and he didn't even address that. Like he doesn't address it. Like, he's just like, that was my past and I'm changing and da da da. And it's just like, are you really though? Like, I don't believe you. Because it's like, we can feel when people are being dishonest, and it's just like, this is so obvious. Like, Megan Good, you get with Megan Good right away. And I read
that was gonna be my point.
Yeah, like I read about like that he was like telling Megan Good like don't be with me or whatever, and like she like flew out like in the next 2 days. I'm just like, she was really trying to save this man. So I feel like with Megan Good, like it's just obviously Iyanla Van Zandt like giving him the award, Sherry Shepherd, and then trying to get our generation, the younger people, with Keke Palmer, because she has like this big auntie energy. Like, we can see through it, and I think that it's just crazy because I feel like Megan Good is she's pulling a lot of favors for this man. Like, I feel like Keke Palmer is probably Megan Good's
it's at the expense of her reputation.
Yes, and I feel like people, because Megan Good is respected and like a friend of Keke Palmer probably, and like just people, like she's like a beloved person, and like,
she's part of the culture. She's central. She's like right now in the pop cultureness of the culture. She's very much in it, very much a pillar in it. Yeah, she's been there for our childhood. So like it is a strategic move to want to align himself with her brand. I will say though that like I agree with you. Like I think that like real change to me is like stepping back and like I don't even know the work you're doing. Like I feel like he very much wanted to give the image of he's hurt, right? So he's going everywhere fucking crying. I'm thinking about when he was crying at that Hollywood Unlocked award show. I feel like he also then very much wanted to be like, I'm with y'all. So he did that by literally not even a couple months later being cited with Megan Good and never leaving her side, using words like Coretta Scott and Martin Luther King. Like I don't know, and like I just feel like it didn't look like this is someone who's doing some type of inner work, because he did get I mean, we literally a couple weeks ago heard the audio of him admitting to like abuse, but like also just like what we saw, what it appeared to look like was a PR campaign where he was going to be rebranded as a guy who dates a black man who dates black girls, and he's getting, like you said, digitally lynched by this white woman. And I feel like, to me, that's not change. To me, that's playing
or blackball.
That is like strategically using a very problematic phenomenon in the Black experience to then be weaponized against the actual victim of your abuse.
Oh my goodness. And so, you're bringing up Emmett Till. Like, come on now.
So to me, that's not real change. And also, just to get back to that bigger picture, like, I don't think it's appropriate to give any like abuser any platform. And it's interesting because I feel like we often do that with Black male celebrities. Like I'm thinking, like, literally, isn't there a video of Jay-Z literally punching a woman in the face, like back in like the early 2000s?
He's like mushing her, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Putting his hands on another woman. We know for a fact that is it meth? Is it Dr. Dre who had horrific abuse? He was literally
he gets an award every year.
He was literally on the Super Bowl stage a couple years ago.
There is a Grammy named after him.
Right. Like, I mean, I could go on and on of the list of Black male celebrities who have abuse allegations that for some reason are able to have redemption arcs. And I think is that I challenge like us to really, I don't think that's appropriate. I don't care if it was in the past. I think there are other Black male artists that you could platform.
I agree. And I think, sadly, because the bar is in hell, like, we are just like, we can't, like, nobody's perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I feel like we make a lot of excuses because we feel that there is like a deficit of good black men. But is that our fault, or is that their, like, you know, it's like, is that because of their actions and they're facing real consequences? And like,
that's why that conversation came in my mind about TikTok, but I'll get to that. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and like, black women are, it's just sad because we are a part of the cycle of abuse because we're the ones that are making excuses.
Yes, we're all implicated.
You know, just like making, I mean, this is he hasn't been on any other type of show but a black woman's show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is literally being shielded behind black women's brands that they've worked their whole lives. We're talking about Megan Good. She was in, I just watched
I mean, she's iconic. Like, even if we didn't name what she was in, Megan Good is an icon to the black. Like, she, growing up, Megan Good was like the teen in every movie that everybody wanted to be like. She then became like, you know, in her young adulthood, and everybody was just like, I want to be like her. The boys wanted to be like, date her. Yeah, like, she is the girl. And she still is the girl.
Yeah. Like, when she was freaking like 7 or 8.
Yeah, she was little, but she still is the girl. And so it's just like, yes, he's absolutely using her brand.
Keke Palmer too.
I feel like it just brings it to a bigger phenomenon of like how there is a weird like lowering of the bar with black boys. Like, I think about I was telling Julia this maybe last week. Like, I remember growing up and like seeing one of my particular male cousins and just being like, you know, he would do something bad and they would just be like, well, he doesn't know any better and da-da-da-da. And it's just like, that is not how y'all talk about us, which is mostly the black girls. And then just being in school and like seeing how like the black boys could get away with murder, but us black girls were held to a very more respectability, like higher standard. And I feel like parenting is like that. And parenting has a lot to do with like the fact that like, for some reason, they are held to a different standard, which is lower. And I feel like that's one of the narratives I've been seeing with that TikTok conversation. I don't know if y'all been seeing, but there was that TikTok conversation about black boys not going to college. And yes, like, we can talk about how that's probably steeped in racism. Like, there's a lot of narratives people like to push. But some of the discourse from the black TikTok world was how like people talking from personal experience. Like, you know, I was the only one that went to college. I had 3 brothers, and none of them went. And I can guarantee you that part of it was with parenting. You know, like there was a lower bar. There was a lower bar. And it's just weird to me. It's like, why are we infantizing them in this way? Why are we acting like they can't be better? Because I just don't understand what she would even think to give a space to Jonathan Majors on her platform when there's so many other black people, whether that's creators, whether that's artists, whatever, that could be taking up that space.
Period. Like she did. She like put Cash Doll on. Like, you know, there's so many other people. But yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know, because it's like, I feel like ultimately it comes back to like the parenting, and I almost want to look at the mother. Like, I almost want to be like, what about can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Just like we birth these men into reality. Like, yes, they're, you know, I just feel like, I don't know what that is. I feel like, I don't know why we tend to feel worse for, like, I have seen the empathy of adults like to men, and I think that is a part of why we hear even the narrative of just like, you know, I have like black men have it so hard. Like, I swear, like dating men, like black men, like it is like they want me to know like how hard it is to be a black man. Like, that is something that they really are like trying to get you to see, Loki. And it's like, even that like comes with a little bit of like, well, you're not a woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where this coddling comes from, but I do really think that it comes down to like the pick me women.
No, I think that's actually a really good point. 2 things I want to bring up. Like, I do think there is this, and not that we should be playing the oppression Olympics, but I wonder if part of the reason why there is such a low bar for black men when it comes to like their behavior is because, and again, I'm not talking about black love and dating. I'm talking about abuse, like these black male abusers that were celebrities, right? That people for some reason get away with it. I wonder why there's such a low. I wonder if part of the low bar has to do with like there's this there's truth to this idea, but there's this idea that like they go through so much like oppression, discrimination, and walking through the world that they should be handled with like softer gloves. But I challenge people to then think, why don't they extend that same understanding and grace to Black women who have this double-edged sword of being Black plus woman, and not Black plus male, but Black plus woman? Because for some reason we do not, and I'm not saying you should now hold every Black female celebrity abuser to like the bar in hell, but I'm saying I just find it interesting that right. I'm just find it interesting that for Black males there's a difference than for Black females, because and it's just interesting. But the second point, the second point I just wanted to bring up was like,
I want to forget.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I'll try to remember mine while you don't forget.
I just was going to say, we women reinforce that by knowing that the girls aren't going to have as many chances to fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're like, Alexis, like, don't lift up your dress. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like more, we understand that like we aren't given as many chances. So I guess that's maybe why we I
don't know why. I do think though part of it is what you were saying.
Like, I don't like, when we're talking about like when I'm thinking about your family being raised, I don't want to think that it's like malicious. I want to think that it's like, because at the other end of things,
I think it's unconscious.
Yeah, it's unconscious. But the other side of things, I do feel like there is women that are like, a woman to woman interaction sometimes is more cold than like sometimes when I'm like at like, I don't know, the bank, or it's just like a woman doesn't really care about, I mean, unless they're obviously gay, but like they're not trying to treat the man like they don't want their validation or whatever. So like I'm getting, less, I don't know, like hand holding, like just like less care and service, like because they want validation from a man.
I mean, I am sure validation has to deal with it or pick me. I don't know. It's very sad, but it's just like I just hope that she learns from this. And I'm also thinking like I'm sure her experience with abuse might be different as well, but you still can't give platforms to that. Like it just wasn't a good move. Like it's too soon. And there's a bigger conversation of like, should they even be giving platforms? But then there's also a bigger conversation of like, does one mistake define you? And I get all of that, but right now it's way too fucking soon.
Yeah, like don't push it back on us. Like he needs to take more time. And I keep on telling Danielle, I'm like, he hasn't even done a role yet with being married to Megan Good. So I'm just like, he about to be fucking off the wall crazy.
And then he did that interview like right after where I don't know, it's just sad. Like I just feel like he hasn't played the right cards to show there hasn't been growth. Like instead he has just like only shown strategic PR planning. And so I think until he shows actual inner growth, it will always fall flat, and he will always be like, well, what are you talking about? And then that's why I feel like Chris Brown, for example, is still having to battle these like Rihanna abuse allegations years past because he's never shown any growth. We know he did it with Karuchi. We know he did it with the next person. Like
Chris
it's just
Brown
like he's still catching straight, but he still catches strays over it. Like I feel like
but
you cannot bring up Chris Brown right now on TikTok or Twitter and not get one stitch that's abuse. And I feel like there's a world where that could exist if he had shown more.
I think it's more work. I feel like more people, I don't know, maybe just because of the length of time, but
definitely
know people that talk about Chris Brown and don't even think about that.
Of course, we can bring up people who don't. I'm sure there's I'm sure those people exist, but I'm saying he still is
he's selling out shows.
Yes, however, he still is overcrowded though. Like if you talk about Chris Brown's legacy, someone is going to bring up Rihanna. It's not as if we can talk about his legacy and you would get to a point where nobody would ever get to the point where they would have to bring up Rihanna.
But I would argue that having a legacy is like
Yes,
you know.
obviously. Like, my whole point is not that, of course, he's getting away with it. He's exactly the example we're talking about. He gets away with it. He gets invited to shit. But what I'm saying is he is still not able to completely be free of the abuse. Why? Because of the fact that he's never shown any inner work. That is why, yes, obviously, we've been talking about the lower bar for men. So, of course, he's going to continue to get awards. He's going to continue to settle arenas. We've already talked about that. But I'm saying it's still interesting that he has not been able to fully release from abuse, release from him being attached to Rihanna for beating her ass, because I think he's never showed inner work. I believe that society is so fucked up with black male like celebrity abusers that if he did show inner work, there is absolutely a world where that people would never bring it up. That's the sick part. But I think because he did that stupid BET award performance where he cried like a year later after the abuse thing, then he beat Karochi and that came out. I think it's because he'll never escape it, unfortunately.
I mean, I guess, but the reason that I say that, it's like you said, there is a lower bar, and so it's just like that doesn't sound that bad to me. Like, you know what I'm
No, no
saying?
one's
Like,
saying it sounds good or bad. I'm just saying he's
but
never going to be able to escape it. That's my point.
I guess I don't know. I just feel like yes, somebody's gonna say it, but like, does that really affect his
I'm sure because
opportunities?
yes.
I mean, it does, Alexis,
There's probably certain
I
platforms
feel
he has
like,
never reached because of that like
again,
situation.
of course, but I'm saying if you're again comparing women and men, like we wouldn't even be having a conversation about them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely, but
we
we've been
wouldn't be
talking
talking.
about that.
But I'm just saying, it's just like I feel like, first of all, I don't think we've seen a good redemption arc of a man. So I don't even know what that would even look like of
I think
like
it's the people we said earlier, like
an
Dr. Dre, for
abuser.
some reason, has can never like that never is a like he it doesn't stop
You
him
think
from getting
Dr.
awards.
Dre has done the work?
No, but I think that he has been forgiven.
Okay.
But I
And
don't think he's done any work. I think he just existed, and eventually time went past, and
yeah, that's a
better
good
NDAs
example.
or something.
That is sad. It's so sad. But I do think it is definitely women who are going to be, I think, are the gatekeepers to a lot,
Hell yeah!
because
Think about Carisha with Diddy. She'll be like, "Shut up before I make Diddy make you eat me out" or whatever she said, and then she was
ew.
like, "I've never had that experience with it." It's like she's literally an example.
Yes, and it's just like they are gonna be like Keke Palmer, like with somebody saying bullying works. It's just like that is a big statement. You know, it's just like, no, no, like you need, I don't know what Jonathan Majors needs to do, but just get out of our face. Like, even if this movie comes out, like, I wouldn't do press. Like, where's all the other people? Like, nobody else from the movies doing press. And it's
Because they
like,
probably don't want to be attached with him. Like,
I know. It's just like, and I'm just sure this is like affects, like, I wonder what those conversations are like with between like Keke Palmer and Megan Good. Like, is she just like, I understand, girl, like, you know, like you can take it
that's
down, or
exactly
like,
probably what she said. Because I just feel like Megan Good has to understand that, like, she also, I'm sure Megan Good, she might not admit to this, but I'm sure she has lost things in being connected to him. I mean, even if it's just dignity and reputation, like people troll her now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, rather than
Jupiter,
before, I feel like she was very much respected
come
before,
here.
kind of on the level of like a Gabrielle Union, Sanaa Lathan. Like, you don't really see them getting trolled when you're looking through tweets or Neil Long. I feel like now she is kind of the butt of many jokes. So it's like maybe she didn't lose money, but I know that she has lost something, and that might just be her reputation, even if it's just a
Why?
little bit.
Why do you think that? Like, why do you think
Because I've
it's
looked on
because of,
Twitter and seen her get
no, but
trolled.
why do you think she made like, why do you think as black women that we do that? I guess it
I
comes
think
back to that. Like,
I
why
think
do
that
we do
there's a really, really strong narrative of a black woman holding a black man down. And I think that that can be like dangerous at times where like you're either like stay because you're getting abused, but you're holding him down. And you might see him like, you know, be like, but he's dealing with a lot or he's frustrated, you know, or like Bonnie, you know, I feel like there's this weird like narrative and fetish to like I'm holding him down, and I think she
Mhm.
really feels that way, and I feel like he influences that. That's why he uses language like Coretta Scott and Martin Luther King. Like I feel like that is some, I feel like to me that signaled that like she probably feels like she's holding this black man down and supporting him, and someone's got to do the hard work, and she's doing it. I don't think she sees it as like troll. Like, I don't think she sees it as embarrassing.
Free our black women from that role. Like, because it's just so fucked up, because it's just like we're the ones that are going to, hopefully, because I mean, that just goes into like, do you feel like women get canceled all the way?
Black women, yeah. I think, and maybe not. Let me think. Let me give a 20-second
Michelle.
Yes, great, strong example.
She's
She
one
went
person
to
that
Trump's
did.
thing, and that is such a good example, Samantha. She does Trump's inauguration. We haven't heard from that bitch again. Mind you, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg. I mean, we could list a bunch of people this year. Nelly, that did different things for Trump, and Nelly's about to come out of a fucking show with Ashanti. Snoop Dogg, I'm sure will be around. Still will be like, like in the culture.
Somebody was talking
like,
about him.
I think it's a very good example that like there was less tolerance for her, like, to do that.
Yeah, like, we don't want to see you ever again.
And I think that's because, right, exactly, because there's a lower bar for these black men. I mean, who's another person? That was a really good example. Do you have another example of like a black woman who's been like successfully canceled? And maybe there is, we just don't even think about them because they're just
who like low key got a little. I mean, there's so many black women that just have disappeared from Hollywood, and she's like, what happened to this person?
What were you gonna
it's
say?
Just like they got blackballed. Fuck.
I mean, Carrie Hilson's a good one.
Carrie Hilson. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't think Sanaa Lathan got canceled after like the stuff about biting Beyonce, but I do think that people look at her weird now because she had those.
I forgot about that.
Yes, like I feel like that. I do feel like that that follows her a little bit. Who else?
I think Carrie Hilson got kind of canceled after like Beyonce stuff, but I feel like any male that says anything about Beyonce is like, we don't even care.
Yeah. Oh,
like, what is
I don't know. I guess we just don't care about. We just don't care about what black men have to say about Beyonce. But I do feel like I think it's all around just like it's weird if you hate on Beyonce. I'm trying to think like somebody that did something bad though. Like,
I'm literally looking at black female celebrities who are canceled.
I mean, I brought up Angie Stone's like those allegations. But that was just
celebrities that are canceled. Okay, let's see what Google's gonna tell me.
Why did I take Jupiter to the dog park and he's still
who were canceled? Okay, black celebs who were canceled in 2022. That's the article. Tiffany Haddish, people have.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Tiffany Haddish is a good one. No one takes her seriously at all.
And it's just like, we don't want to see her anymore. Yeah.
However,
that's a good one.
Yes. However, there are plenty of other people that be acting nuts and ignorant all the time, especially black male comedians that nobody gives a damn about.
For sure.
Macy Gray.
What did she get?
Her Trump shit. Like, she's like in transphobia. She has transphobia.
Oh, damn. I didn't hear about that.
But again, Boosie, a bunch of people every day that go viral are transphobic. Yeah, the fucking people in the Breakfast, not Breakfast Club. I feel like in the Breakfast Club they were saying some like homophobic shit.
People definitely do. Yes, Just Hilarious has said homophobic stuff, and she is still.
And when they did that interview with
I'm sure they
Azalea Banks, and they tried to make it seem weird. Like they tried to make her feel weird about having gay fans, and she had to be like, "What's the problem?" Like they knew that they were trying to make it a joke. They knew what they were doing
for sure.
But yeah, so those are yes, I stand by my comments.
It's interesting. It's very. I mean, I agree. Like that, we have never seen this level of a woman crying in the bosom of another woman, going on like. And it's just so, the thing with Jonathan Majors is just like, you cannot trick me. That GIF that's like, you cannot trick me.
You cannot trick me. You cannot trick me.
Because it's like, you only dated white women before this. Like, you had one black girlfriend in your high school years, and then you dated only white women. And now you're surrounded by a black woman. Like, it is just so performative, and I think
I hope he actually treats her well. Part of me is like, I don't know.
I think he does right now, but sometimes I feel like I think he probably is snappy and, just like in his little moods or whatever. Like, I read something, it was like Megan, like he was asking if like Megan reads like the comments, or like if they read the comments. He's like, I don't read any comments, but Megan does, and she like, complains about it or like has feelings about it or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I'm just telling you, that first film, bro, don't let it be a crazy or serious ass film, because
yeah, we need to see you in something funny. Okay.
Any role for real. I just think that, well, yeah, maybe you could do funny without becoming a jerk. Maybe you could do a funny role. Anyways,
let's move
on. Alexis, was there something else that we want to talk about that's on trial?
Well, I did want to just bring up, like, Cecred had their like launch party for Ulta. I mean, for it coming to Ulta.
Yes,
it was another all white party, like the launch was. And if you just, I mean, some of the pictures got released. Notably, have you seen Jay-Z in any of the pictures yet?
He didn't come to the first one.
Oh, he didn't come to the first one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, what are your thoughts on everything?
Girls. I know. Now that you mention it, I'm like,
but there was boys at the event. It wasn't all girls. Oh, okay.
I know. He wasn't at the last one though. Now that you said that, I'm like, oh, we didn't see Blue. But
You're
right. What did you ask me?
Just what are your thoughts? If you have any.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I am honestly I am so happy and impressed that like my girl finally got a product, like one that is going to be
that was a hit. Yes.
up against like, and it is doing so well. So
whoever talked to her about like, you need to have a hairline, this needs to be the type of thing, I'm glad that she listened to them. Or if it was her idea, I'm glad that the people like, went around her and supported her, because I'm like, I don't understand why this wasn't dropped before Ivy Park. Like, this should have been the only thing.
I think it took a long time, Alexa. Like, I really like the way that people, and like the only reason
maybe we shouldn't have released anything until this. I just feel like Ivy Park was such a flop. Like, I mean, just looking at the numbers, they underperformed, but it underperformed. Like, that's objective.
And I think that's okay. Like, I don't want to make it seem like, you can't just like be like, like everything doesn't have to be just like perfect and successful. And I think that like it probably is a good thing for us to see. It's just like
you learn from the mistakes.
Yeah, you do things and it just like it works, some things doesn't, but like you were really passionate about all that stuff. And it was like a big partnership with Adidas, right? Like it was like that's a good point. And I feel like it had seasons. Like I feel like people would argue that like that was successful, like the photo shoots and stuff like that. Like when it would launch, it was like a big deal.
Well, one thing, people will argue, so I'm sure that's correct. But go ahead. What are your thoughts on the Ulta beauty drop party and everything?
But yeah, so I'm really happy about that this is like such a success, and like just having Danielle's approval is like a big deal to me. So I'm just like, okay, like this shit must really work. And it's like been the biggest like they thought that what they sold in a day was like going to be what they were going to sell in like a week. So it's just like a huge hit.
Oh no, I could have told them they were going to sell that out.
Yeah, I thought so too, but it was just crazy. Like what they thought that they were going to sell, like it's just like it's doing numbers. So I'm really happy about that. It was good to see Beyonce again. Like, it's just like
we love seeing her when we can see her.
That this was gonna happen. So we're gonna have the white party again. So it was like a nice surprise. And I was just, everybody looks so good.
They did. I loved her outfit.
So good. Like everybody. I love Brooke Devard's video.
Me too. She looks good. Like the shells. I loved Brooke Devard's
she looks so good. Everybody just looked so good. So it looked like fun. Like that's like it just looked like fun.
It looked fun. The Sir Davis cocktails, the life-size Cecred bottles.
Yeah,
it just looked fun. It looked like a good time. The music.
Yes, I love like the life size things and just all like
Mm-hmm.
the fun stuff.
And I just love the all white branding for this. Like whenever we have a party, it's gonna be all white for this, and I feel like it goes well with the
Yeah.
bottle. Like it's good branding, good creative
Yes, and
vision.
it's sacred. Like it has a lot of different
Yes, you're
meanings.
right, and it has a lot of good call. But yeah, I was happy to see it. I love when we get to see Beyonce, and then it just made me even more excited. I'm like, we're getting so close to this
We're
concert,
getting
and it just
crazy
made me think about
close.
that because I was just like, oh my gosh, like she was in like kind of like a suitish dress, and I was just like,
I'm
we're just
scared.
we're getting so close. She's probably heavy in rehearsals and
Oh yeah.
dieting. You know how Beyonce be on her diets, honey.
Oh my
Um,
god.
and so I was
That
just
just made
like
me think about what we were talking about with the video that she made
the
for
video,
for Ulta.
the Ultra launch video.
It was just so funny. Danielle and Alexis just noticed that the video that she put out, like promoting, like she like puts a little bit in her hand
She's
and
like,
like rubs her hand real quick and like puts it in her hair and flips her hair, and they were like, "This she did not get no
I just don't
products
believe
in her
anything came out of
hand."
the bottle. Like it
I
was just very overacting for me, but I love
was,
her.
the way that Danielle like made me do it, she was just like, "It's hard to get it out." It has
I mean,
like
the way she did, she was like,
it has
it
a
was just
little
like,
tab that like you have to open. So
do
like
you think the tab was open and she just did
because
it
you
with
would have seen the tab unless you ripped it
like if
off.
she ripped it
Like,
off before and just did that?
but the tab, Danielle keeps the tab in. Like she puts it back
If you kept
in.
the tab, but I'm saying, do you think for the
And
for the
even
like
if she did that, it wouldn't have came out. Like so light. Like you have to really try to get that out.
That's hilarious.
Yes, that was just so funny. We love our girl. She's
We
just
love
funny.
her, but she's a human. She's
She's just
hilarious.
funny. She's just trying to be like, "Yep, I'm gonna do my hair." But
Before we wrap it up, I am curious about the concert because I'm gonna send you some of the videos I've been seeing of like people talking about the songs they think we're gonna get. And can I tell you, I do think we're getting Sugar Mama. I do think we're getting Video Phone. Those are
yay.
like the two that I would be willing to bet like money on.
Okay.
And I think we also are getting All Night. I think those are three that I'm like, I would be willing to bet money on, like, we're getting those. Do you have
Bet
any
money
songs
on All
that
Night.
I'm obviously Daddy's Lessons, but that's not fun to say. But I'm saying, do you have any other songs that you're like, I feel very strongly that we're going to hear?
That was a good one. What was the one that you just said?
I said Daddy's Lessons, but that's like off limits. It's like, of course we're going to get
Daddy's
it.
Lessons. The other one.
All Night.
Yes, that I think we're definitely gonna get All Night. She hasn't sang that in a long time. Oh my god, I'm excited for that.
I can't wait for All Night.
I haven't thought about it that much.
Damn, I'm gonna listen to Lemonade tomorrow.
I was gonna ask you, maybe we'll get Love Drought. That would be cool.
Oh my god, yes, I would love it.
Do you think we're gonna get any Renaissance, or do you think that's literally off the table? Okay.
I think we'll get that maybe for the rock. Like, what would be cool is like, I don't know, maybe later, but I think I don't think we're getting any Renaissance because
that's
I think
I know. I'm like very curious. I'm like, I don't know if I should be like no, and then like
honestly, I kind of just feel like
I want it really, but
I had Renaissance. I loved Renaissance. That and I feel like Renaissance was so special that I feel like it would kind of like lessen its impact of some of these songs if it wasn't in the vibe of Renaissance.
I know
that I feel like there are some songs that she needs to bring back that like would have people like just so excited.
I agree.
And maybe she'll bring Renaissance back a little bit for Act 3. I mean, it would be cool if Act 3 had a kind of mix of all those songs from Act 2 and Act 1, but I think Renaissance is off tables.
I think that is I agree. I hope that's what she does because I don't. But I'm just like, it's there. It's in the catalog. Oh my goodness. Another one. I hope she does some stuff from The Gift. That would be really cool.
Yes.
She's never performed those before.
I want to hear Keys to the Kingdom.
Oh my God.
Like, I love that song.
I would die. She doesn't, does she sing on that song? I don't think she's in that song, but
I just love that.
I love that song too.
And look, I would love to hear her sing it. So.
Right? Oh my! I would cry. I would cry.
I feel like she could do it. Like, I feel like it could fit. Like,
Water. Maybe she could do Water.
Oh, I would love
She'll
Water.
Probably do Black. Maybe she'll do Black Parade.
No, I feel bad, but it's just like there are certain songs that I feel like
She
at this
might
point
do
I
Black
just
Parade.
can't hear it anymore. Like
She might do
Black Parade. I feel like I've heard Black Parade so much
haven't heard
because
it
that was
that
always
much.
when Blue was out dancing. So I've seen so
Oh,
many
right.
videos of Black Parade that I'm now at the point where I'm like,
Right.
I don't care about the song. I want to hear, like, I just feel like we deserve, like, for the ticket prices and for you literally having had Beyonce Bowl, we deserve like a new set list. I think we might get my house. We'll get that exact choreography at my house at this.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'm
that'll
okay
be the
with
Renaissance
that.
you'll get.
We didn't have that at the concert because it came out after the movie. So
yeah, so I think that I think we'll get my house, but I'm just like, we deserve like vault songs that are in a vault right now. Okay, we do not deserve.
we do.
We don't need to hear Diva. Like I said, we don't need to fucking hear Diva.
It too. Don't just do like a little bit.
Right? Don't do like turn the lights on, and it's like, no, bitch, sing Sweet Dreams. Like,
What if we do you think we'll get? Maybe we'll get Me Bodied.
I don't want to hear Get Me Bodied.
Look like they were doing it at the.
I don't want to hear Get Me Bodied. I'm sorry, I don't. Like that would make me feel sad. That would make me feel bad. Like
do more of this on Beyhive Buzz because
Wait, okay. My last question. Yes. What do you think she'll open with, like having an opener this time? Do you think it's gonna start slow, or you think we're gonna get like welcome to the Carter act, like, Yaya basically? Do you think we're gonna come out like swinging Cowboy Carter?
I do not know. I think it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna start like a bullfight, like just like kind of like
the flag
into the Cowboy Carter, or like maybe like smoking.
I think that that like when the tour was getting announced, it was like that light, and it was like
blinking.
Rodeo. I think that actually, I could see a world where that actually is on the stage, and it starts like blinking,
and it's just like,
and then it's like, yes, exactly, and it's like anticipation, and we're all like, oh my god, and then it like starts.
I'm just like, this is crazy that this is happening.
I bought my part of my outfit.
I know. I want to hear about your outfit. I literally don't know what.
I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it's me. Like,
you already has a freaking cowboy hat. Like,
yes, and it's authentic, bitches. It's from Texas when I lived there.
I know. I'm like, I need to like see if my pop-up has a hat anywhere or something.
They call me pretty little thing.
Yeah, I usually don't think about the set list like you do before.
Yeah.
But this was fun. I feel like I want to do that more. I know.
I can't see Honey Buckin' is the song I know I'll like be like so into.
And we know she's gonna do From Lemonade.
Like,
oh, I wish I could go to the concert with you, Alexis.
Wait, what are you talking about from Lemonade? Daddy's Lessons you talking about? Honestly,
don't hurt yourself. Sorry.
This is my thing. I would not be mad if this was basically a Lemonade tour. Like, if she sang every fucking song from there, I would not be mad. If we got Sorry, if we got Don't Hurt Yourself.
We're having a freedom moment.
Hold up, Freedom. Oh, yeah, Freedom. We're definitely getting Freedom. If we got any, like, Lemonade is my favorite Beyonce album. So if we got anything from Lemonade, I would be more than happy.
Okay.
But if I hear fucking take it to another level, I would literally just be like, come on, dog. Like,
she did. Now put your hands up.
I don't want to hear Single Ladies. I'm sorry.
But that's how she would have to do it. She would have to like mix it in and be like, put your hands up.
And then don't come back to it again. It's just like, put your hands up and then go back to the song.
Something else, yeah.
Right. Like, I don't want to hear... yeah, it'll be funny, but
that was so funny, your reaction to Get Me Bodied. You would look around and be like, am I like...
So that's the thing, because like it's just gonna be interesting, because I feel like
I don't want you to be sad.
It depends on who you're surrounded with, because I feel like I've thought about that before. I'm like, okay, so for example, when we went to see Renaissance, every song I knew, like when she sang Lift Off, like as I could hear Lift Off starting to play, I literally was looking around like, oh my god, Lift Off.
I know.
The people, I was sitting next to some girls next to me who didn't know Lift Off at all. So they were just like, oh, like, swaying. They clearly knew Renaissance. And I think like maybe Akilah, I think, knew it but didn't know. And it's like there were certain songs where I was just like, holy shit, we're getting it. And so I say that to say, I feel like Give Me About It, obviously everybody will know. But I feel like certain songs like All Night, some people, I feel like All Night might be a little bit of a, not like a huge deep cut for Beyhive, but for people who are casual listeners, I feel like they might be like, what the fuck is All Night?
Yeah. No,
Love
and
Drought.
it's okay. Because literally, Alexis, when I tell you we were around Parisian white people that did not know, like, you know, it's me, Danielle, Gretchen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are like clocking everything. Okay, like, oh my god, she's doing this, oh my god, she's doing this. You know, and they are just like standing there, like looking around. And so that was another reason why I was just like, okay, yeah, I want to go. I need to go in the US because there's more Beyonce fans.
Yes, and that's why I'm excited for New York, because I feel like I do think New York will have like they will know the deep cuts, they will know like the songs, and so. But I just am so curious how I don't think she's gonna start off slow again, because I think she's done it. I think she might have an opener. I really think she might have like some of those girls that she had on the tour, like on the songs to open for her.
Yeah,
the whole point is like paying it forward and giving platforms. I can see her doing that, like Shabuzi going on tour with her or something.
I would love that. I would love to have some entertainment while I'm waiting for Beyonce to come.
Girl, right? But one thing about Beyonce, I will say, she was not too late. Like for the Canada one, like within 30 minutes, she was on.
Yeah, she was on time.
She got kids now. She's like, I gotta put the twins to bed. I can't start.
Yeah, she'd be like, on time.
Sorry. Okay, we can go. But isn't just thinking of lateness? I like saw a TikTok video. I think it was Cecred. How she had a concert. I think it started at like, or she was like she had a concert, or she had like a set time where she had to perform within a concert. Mm-hmm. And I want to say the time was like 7, and she came at 1 a.m. People waited. People were still in the stands at 1 a.m. The way I would have left at 10?
Wait, what?
I'm like, that's disrespectful.
And like, she didn't have any openers?
No, like I literally was seeing the videos. People were pissed. But I'm just like, nobody's worth waiting till 1 a.m., honey. I'm sorry.
No.
Maybe that's the type of like fan she has, where they're like, we up, we out, but it's just like,
I'm like, what? I would be ready to go.
Girl,
this is crazy. Yeah, I'm like, they must have just been at like, they must have been like having their own party basically, because there's no way you stay on that long. Like you wait that long. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah. Beyonce, we definitely. I can't believe it's coming up.
All right. Well, let's talk later.
Yes, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. We're going to try to get this out today, but if it comes out on Thursday, we apologize. We're going to do our best to get back on our regular scheduled programs. And check out our website. You can donate on our PayPal there. And Alexis, did you do that on purpose?
No, I didn't know that did it. If you hold up the peace sign, allegedly balloons come. Just hold it up for a while, like, and put it near your face. Yeah, and don't move it. Just hold it there for a little bit.
It just might be your computer doing it for some reason.
Okay.
But anyways, I know sometimes when you put your thumbs up, it does it. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Check out the website. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to email us your discussion topics at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Also, remember to subscribe to Who Am I to Judge podcast on Spotify and everywhere you get your podcasts. If you love us, please rate us and review. And if you don't, leave us alone. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See y'all next week. Bye, friends.